news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/alllive and on our other social media handles displayed on your screens for updates. The federal government says Nigeria is a country fully guided by a constitution that protects and guarantees the right of its nationals with no policy. We seem to be having some technical glitch there from Lagos Network Center. We continue right here from Abuja. I am Tessie Omeri. The federal government is seeing Africa's huge infrastructure gap as opportunities for private investment through public-private partnerships. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, while declaring open the Africa Public-Private Partnership Network Investment Summit in Abuja, said all sectors of the economy are yearning for investment. Leah Katung Babatunde has more.
Policymakers, public servants, private sector players, and all who matter in the infrastructure space are represented here at the Africa Public-Private Partnership Network AP3N Investment Summit in Abuja. Africa's private sector currently accounts for more than 80% of total production and 2/3 of total investments, but there is still a lot more to do if the continent must make the best of the Free Trade Area Agreement.
To stimulate and create a vibrant private sector on the continent and accelerate infrastructure development, a number of issues must be addressed. There is definitely the need to create a welcoming and enabling environment for the businesses to thrive. This can be achieved by reducing risk and cost of doing business and by securing private property rights or proprietary rights, improving governance, fighting corruption, simplifying regulations, and promoting competition.
Nigeria, like South Africa, is already benefiting from PPP arrangements.
I'd like to encourage every member of this network to take full advantage of this investment summit to attract more willing and capable private investors to invest in infrastructure development in Nigeria.
Fund is a coward. It goes to an environment where it's well protected. We want to assure international community that their funds are well protected in Nigeria.
But a lot still needs to be done.
Onitsha Port, for instance, took us 5 years to close. And it's very difficult for any private sector to wait for 5 years. In that 5 years, some of our port partners, foreign partners lost interest, COVID happened, investment were diverted to other places.
The 2-day summit serves as a nesting place for ideas to be birthed and investor concerns like that of George Nwagu be addressed collectively in Abuja. Leah Katung-Babatunde, NTA News.
And from investment opportunities, let's take a look at the judiciary. There are renewed efforts at enhancing the efficiency of support staff in the judiciary, targeted towards building public confidence in the justice system. This is to be achieved through the improvement of the day-to-day running of the registry at various courts. Acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukaide Ariwola, wants judicial officers to work in line with the Code of Conduct for court employees.
You must be effective in your supervision and inspection of the area, Sharia, and customary courts. As doing so, we go a long way in building public confidence in our courts. Fight corruption, laziness, and other inadequacies in the judiciary.
You are saddled with the responsibility of overseeing the activities of lower courts and thereby ensure that errant judges are properly guided among other responsibilities. This you must take seriously to avoid miscarriage of justice in any form.
Conducting of investigations, petitions, handling, and delineating of court jurisdictions are some of the insights to be gained at the training workshop for directors and inspectors of lower courts. And the federal government says Nigeria is a country that is fully guided by a constitution that guarantees its citizens' right to freedom of worship, just as it has no policy that denies the citizens' rights. Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed restated this in London while reacting to a letter written by some Republican senators asking the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, urging him to immediately redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern under the National or the International Religious Freedom Act.
These are the 5 senators: Senator John Hawley, Senator Marco Rubio, Senator Mike Brown, Senator Nhofel, and Senator Tom Cotton. The senators had written to the U.S. Secretary of State demanding that Nigeria be redesignated as a country of particular concern under the U.S. International Religious Freedom Act. The senators went as far as describing the Secretary of State's decision to remove Nigeria from the list as misguided. Reacting to this development, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed put the records straight.
It is not true that Nigeria actually persecutes anybody solely on account of his or her faith. We've said this several times, and we're saying it again with all the emphasis at our disposal, because even the Constitution of Nigeria guarantees the right of anybody to practice his or her own faith without molestation by anybody.
If there is any such acts at all, the minister explained, and the federal government's efforts.
We have a lot of criminality going on, and these criminals really don't make a distinction between any religion. They kidnap for money, they hold people ransom for money. And then there are some issues also that have to do with communal, matters which date back to many years, many centuries. The only known group that we know that actually targets Christians is ISWAP. And I'm glad to say that Nigeria as a government has mounted a large-scale military operation to wipe out ISWAP. And it is yielding results. Today, ISWAP is floundering. Many of its leaders have been eliminated. But you see, what ISWAP is doing actually is because of their dwindling influence in Nigeria, because they've been displaced largely from the northeast. They are now attacking, churches and Christians in order to create a crisis between the various, religious groups. But as a government, we are after them. So it is not correct to say that Christians are being persecuted or there's an official policy that denies the Christians the right, to practice their religion.
Admitting that there are challenges, he however appealed to Nigerians who, for whatever reason or interest they protect, should see Nigeria first. That what Nigeria for now needs is a friendly relationship, not one that will support in fanning the embers of disunity among the people. In London, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
The First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Buhari, has expressed readiness to collaborate with other development partners towards supporting tertiary education in the country. The First Lady stated this in a message during the presentation of instructional materials to the management of the Federal Capital Territory College of Education, Zuba. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir reports that the materials include different types of books geared towards enhancing teaching and learning. Presenting the books to the management of the school, the First Lady, through the media aid of the Aisha Buhari Foundation, BC Olumide Ajayi, has employed them to use the books judiciously. The First Lady has also called on well-meaning Nigerians to cooperate and corporate organizations as well as non-governmental organizations to put more efforts towards enhancing the education of Nigerian children, especially the girl child. Responding on behalf of the provost of the college, Dr. Muhammad Gambo Hamza, the deputy provost, Dr. Sule Mundi, expressed happiness with the gesture and assured the First Lady that the books will be judiciously used. And the Nigerian Navy ship Pathfinder Port Harcourt has officially marked the end of its second quarter assignment for 2023 with a renewed commitment to ensuring the protection of critical national assets within the domain in the third quarter. Commodore Suleiman Ibrahim gave the assurance after a 25-kilometer road march in Port Harcourt. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
March from the naval base at Rumolumini, Port Harcourt through Wimpy Junction, Ipere Road, Orazi GLA to Ajip Road and back to the base is intended to prepare them for the task ahead. Commodore Ibrahim said, with this exercise successfully completed, the personnel are ready to continue with the fight against criminal elements and assured the business community of a safe haven for legitimate economic activities to thrive.
One major responsibility that has been put upon us is the fight against crude oil theft. On our part, we have done well.
He is optimistic that the additional platforms provided would help the command respond appropriately to the security issues within the command's jurisdiction. The Nigerian Navy ship Pathfinder leadership commended the communities for the reception given them while on the route march and enjoined the public to strengthen collaboration with the command. Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
You're still watching Panorama on NTA Network Service. Time now for a break, and when we return, we shall be rejoining our Lagos Network Center, where Adeola is on standby for an interview segment.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
Welcome to Lagos. This is the last lap of Panorama. One key infrastructural demand that has commanded and enjoyed premium attention from the federal government is road construction, with many still ongoing in different parts of the country. In this report, Rutharia Samuel takes a look at how Lagos, an emerging mega city and commercial capital of the country, is faring vis-a-vis the high demand for good roads in the state.
Ranked as the most populous city in Africa, Lagos is home to about 20 million people. Yet, it daily plays host to more people who, taking advantage of all the 5 points of entry by road, visit either for business or pleasure. Across its length and breadth, traffic congestion caused by streams of vehicular movement and poor condition of roads is a regular feature.
Normally, if you're driving down 10 Mainland, you would do less than an hour or 45 minutes thereabout. But now, like yesterday or thereabout, people spent as much as 3 hours on 3rd Mainland Bridge.
While the state government is working on some intracity roads to close the infrastructural gap in the state, the federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, as well as Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, is also busy in the state. from Lagos Ibadan, Lagos Abeokuta, and Lagos Badagry Expressway to Ikorodu Shagamu Road. Reconstruction work is at various stages to put either the road in the right shape or expand the carriageway for improved capacity.
On one side, we have 16 kilometers of single carriageway, half of the dual carriageway completed. We'll transfer it to the other side. You saw in the early parts from Agbara area where earthworks is going on. Completion time is dependent on weather and so many things.
Although gridlock is yet to finally disappear from some of the major corridors, especially where construction works are ongoing, reduction in travel time is already being recorded as part of the gains.
For the past 2 months now, we are enjoying the road.
Since they did it, we've been enjoying it. I think movement can now be more easier.
With funding from Sukuk, work on intra-city roads such as Outer Marina Bonny Camp, Apapa Oshodi Oworonshoki Old Toll Gate and Eko Bridge are at various stages of completion and will soon be delivered. In Lagos, Ruth Ario Samuel, NTA News.
Joining me via Zoom is Adedamola Kuti, Director, Southwest Federal Highways. Hello, Kuti. Good to have you join us on Panorama.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, now let's go straight. The demand for good roads in Lagos has been a constant when we talk about infrastructural provision. Can we ever bridge this gap?
I'm sure we are already heading towards that direction. As you have also noted in your report, that we are having various projects all over the state, and the same thing is also happening all over the country. In Lagos alone, we are having work ongoing presently on the critical roads on Lagos Ibadan, Lagos Badagry, Ikorodu Apapa Oshodi expressway towards the Oto Gate, and the critical bridge is there, the Eko Bridge as well as the third mainland bridge. The work is ongoing and we are heading towards that direction.
Okay, good to know. Now, Akpongmo end of Eko Bridge is very critical when we talk about the mainland to the island shuttle. What is going on that road now after it was damaged by fire in May this year?
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, work is ongoing presently. Akpongmo end is just the end of Eko Bridge and the contractors are on ground. And the issue is that it's not a project where you just pick up materials in the market. You know, some of these materials are manufactured for proper use. So, but the most important thing is that the contractor is on the road, is on the bridge, working assiduously to ensure that works are completed so that this particular bridge can be open to traffic.
Okay, a lot of people are still very concerned about the Akpongmo Bridge. What time frame do you have to tell them to assuage their worries?
Yeah, it's difficult to really put a time limit to it because, like I mentioned to you, some of those materials, they need to, they get them from outside Nigeria, from Europe. So manufacturing them and coming back, but we know it's critical. And that is why we also want to urge you, to assist government in telling our people to desist from unauthorized trading under most of these bridges. Apart from this Eko Bridge, we still have other bridges in Lagos where people are, trading illegally, sleeping, and then they've turned it. So for this particular one, work is ongoing. We're on top of the situation. The contractor is on it. That is the most important thing. And I can assure you that very, very soon, that particular section of the bridge will be open.
Ekpe Expressway, it is now a major worry, for commuters along that corridor, coupled with the constructions from the Dangote refinery and all what's happening there. Now, what
will soon start? So the one towards Lekki, around Aja area, towards the BGC area, that one is being handled by Lagos State government.
Okay. All right. Now, it appears that we have issues with maintaining our roads. During inspection visits, the minister had been heard complaining about the role people play in destroying, the roads. Now, apart from moral suasions and advocacy, what else is on the table to address this challenge? Because now it's the rainy season and those potholes will be covered by flood water, unsuspecting drivers will speed past, and God help us.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, on our own part in the Ministry of Works, even before now, we had prepared seriously for this rainy season. And apart from the major works that we are having in the state, we've also carried out some maintenance work, in preparation for the rainy season. We also did some desilting work in some very critical locations in Lagos, so that most of our drains can be desilted. So that one is also presently ongoing. So we have some maintenance work going on in preparation for this rainy season. And we want to also continue to urge our people, so people should not dump refuse in the open drains, and people should ensure that they don't cut our roads unnecessarily. Whatever remains, we're on top of the situation, just as we are also carrying out maintenance work. Our sister agency, FEMA, Federal Road Maintenance Agency, they are also doing theirs to ensure that life is a bit smooth and getting smoother for our people.
Thank you very much, Director Southwest Federal Highways, Mr. Adedamola Kuti. Thank you for your thoughts with us in Panorama, and I hope that the constructions will, be completed very, very soon.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you. We appreciate it.
We'll move on now to take sports.
To claim position. Lovely chance. Super